Hello YouTube. So I got a letter from a neighbour, one anonymous neighbour. We wish to bring to your attention that you have numerous neighbours who live within close proximity to your premises, who you are affecting with your continuous environmental and noise pollution. We have spoken with several neighbours and we wish to bring to your attention for many months now you have been in your yard several times a week, sometimes several times a day, even at night, making a very loud continuous banging sound, as well as doing something that is causing fumes to intrude into our premises and also our houses. We are asking you to cease the activity immediately. The noise and smell are intruding not only into our outdoor spaces but also into our houses, and it has gone on for many months. It would be understandable if you were constructing something and had made the noise for a short time, but this noise has gone on for at least 6 months, if not longer, and our patience has worn out. We want to be able to live peacefully and enjoyably, and you are encroaching on our ability to do so. We ask you to consider that your activities are impacting us both inside our houses and out. We have had visitors over whose time at our houses have been impacted by your activities, as well as the fact that on some nights as late as 7:50 p.m. you start your noisy activity. We want to enjoy our time away from work at home without a constant pounding noise inside our houses. We include relevant documentation from the council regarding your activities. Please be advised that we will need to contact council if you continue your activities. Regards, your neighbours. So, obviously, I'm causing some annoyance to one of my neighbours. I know most of my neighbours. There's one behind me that I don't, and I suspect this is where this is coming from, but don't feel it's particularly neighbourly receiving an anonymous letter with veiled threats. But I can understand where they're coming from. I mean, if you didn't appreciate the art of blacksmithing, then constant banging and pounding may actually intrude on the peacefulness of your house. But I feel that this is a little exaggeration. At most I probably spend, if I'm lucky, 3 hours on a weekend practicing the art of blacksmithing. Most times it's not even close to that. But you know, I can hear where they're coming from. So this in particular is annoying. Like in my area where I live, you can use hand and power tools between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. I've never started at 7:50 p.m. I've gone up to 7:50. But hey, I mean, you know, young children, elderly people, I'm happy to refrain from working during the evening time. And I've made some changes to my anvil to try and reduce the sound. So silicone the base to the stand. You probably can't make it out, but there's a rubber mat between the base and the concrete. Tightened everything down, and I think I've reduced the ting to a thump. So did some decibel testing. Next to the anvil we're hitting almost 100 decibels. That's pretty loud. I probably should start wearing some ear protection. Just outside it's down to 90, near my back fence, about 3 metres from the shed, 78, and near my back door 64, which is not too bad. I've also started a work log, so I can just record exactly when I'm starting and finishing. And I'm not going to work in the evening, just out of respect for the neighbours. But it's not something I can give up. I do live in close proximity to a number of people, but realistically, you know, noise happens in suburbia. You're going to have lawnmowers and leaf blowers and tools, people working in the backyard. It just happens. So in terms of the smell, then the fumes, I mean, it's a propane forge. I've never really noticed any real smells. Maybe the coal forge, the 2 times I've had that going in the last winter, have impacted and generated fumes. It's possible, but what I'm thinking is I dressed the back lawn with some manure about a month ago, and that was pretty horrible. I was getting some lawn going, but that completely stunk out our yard and our house and presumably the neighbours. So maybe that's what they're referring to with that one. But that's never going to happen again. That was pretty horrible. So anyway, I thought I'd just create a quick video about suburban blacksmithing, dealing with your neighbours, and maybe making compromises to try and get along. Just a pity they couldn't come and approach me and talk to me about it, because I'm sure we could have come to some form of happy agreement instead of sending an anonymous letter. I don't even know who it really came from, so I can't address it with them. Anyway, have a nice evening, you two. Good night.